Good day, Sir Blasphemy here for Sir Blasphemy Travels. I hope you guys are doing well out there, and I hope you are having the days you deserve. So, all right, guys, so I thought I would do just a little kind of a recap of the Texas Renaissance Festival 2025 for those of you out there that maybe didn't go, or maybe, just went a time or two and maybe didn't get enough to assess, and kind of give you a vendor's point of view of what it was like this season out at the Texas Renaissance Festival with all the changes that you guys were talking about online and things like that. So I thought I would just kind of do an update about that. I'm kind of trying to make sure that each fair I do a little summary, kind of tell you about some of the things that were good, some of the bad, whatever the case may be. So I think really this season, with a lot of the changes that I think you guys maybe thought that it would somehow limit the experience or maybe make it not as fun, and I didn't get that while I was there, to be honest with you. I went out to almost every single weekend. I went out to the campgrounds. Of course, I vended there. I had somebody working with me this season, and I was able to walk around kind of with other vendors, and we got to walk around, kind of submerge ourselves in the fair. And I didn't notice really any changes. The only thing I can say that maybe was a little bit of a change was, compared to the past few years anyway, is that the first maybe 3 weekends were pretty slow. I was actually a little bit worried about it. It was slower than usual out there. There was a lot of the vendors were talking about that they were down in sales, things like that. That was everyone, really, from top to bottom. We noticed that the attendance was a little lower, and I'm not really sure if that had to do with the changes, or if that had to do with our, kind of our rough economy right now and, everything that's going on, or if it was a combination of both. I don't know. But then after that, it just felt like, the same old TRF. There was nothing, at least on our end, we weren't, told to do all these different things, and we weren't told to, it was the same kind of thing. This is the same kind of inspections, the same, making sure everything, your permits and your licenses, everything was paid for. Nothing felt different at all, other than the low crowds at the beginning of the season. That was about the only thing that was like, okay, I hope it doesn't go this way the whole season, and luckily it didn't. The campground stuff, I know that was a lot of things that people were worried about, and I think there was a little bit of changes. So I know, like the Harad Mead guys, and they have the Mead Shack that's out there, and they had it in a different section. They had the vendors in a different section, and it was away from like the bonfire and stuff. And I noticed after the first couple of weekends, they decided to get the bonfire going, and they put those vendors back around the bonfire out in the campground. I think they just realized that that's, more fun for the people attending there. It's more eventful for the vendors, more advantageous. And so I think that they kind of realized, okay, that's not really working. We're going to go back to the way we did it, and it seemed to work just fine. The old way that they were all set up, where all the vendors were around the bonfire. I know that there was like, I didn't stay out there past like 12 or anything like that, but I know that they had like the curfew, if you will. But from everybody that I talked to, they were still out there roaming around, and they were, just because the bonfire maybe wasn't going. And even then, I mean, even in the and all the the clans and things like that, and the events that they have, and then the stuff that were out there, I didn't notice anything different. It just seemed like business as always. I just didn't see a big change. I think it was, much safer. I think that they definitely made an effort to make it much safer, which is great, and I hope they continue that. I think having the bonfire out at like 12 o'clock, I think that's fine. I mean, I didn't really see anything wrong with that, because that gave everybody a chance to kind of get out and maybe explore a little more instead of congregating in one little section. And it seemed to be okay. I mean, I don't know. There's other things. I'm sure there was changes in the management and stuff like that, stuff that I'm not privy to. But for the most part, I mean, it all felt the same. I would give the season, compared to other seasons, last season was amazing, the 50th anniversary. But I mean, I had probably the most successful season I had, but that was mainly because of the new items I brought to the menu. But I also had more outgoing expenses too, including, me buying a booth and things like that. So I had a successful season in sales, the most successful, but I had more outgoing. So I probably worked out about the same as maybe seasons before in profit. So it's not, to me, it didn't affect me all that much. I'm hoping maybe next year there's a little bit more of a lift. I can, get more sales maybe earlier crowds will come earlier in the season, and that'll help out. But that was the biggest thing that I noticed, guys, was just that there was low crowds in the beginning. That was it. And again, like I said, I don't know if that was hesitancy due to they didn't know what the changes were going to be like, or economy stuff, whatever the case may be, or a combination of both, like I said. And you know, that's why it didn't happen. But that was it. That's really all I noticed. Everything else, guys, felt like the Texas Renaissance Festival to me. Excuse me. It felt like a good time. It felt the same. I got to see all the nice folks that I always get to see, and some of the new faces. A lot of you that are on here that comment and talk to me, you know, I got to see you out there. So I was thrilled with that, guys. I was glad to see everybody out there. So everything, the pattern seemed to be the same. So if I had to say anything, I mean, you're never going to get, probably, unless something crazy happens, but you're never going to get even a B from me. I give the Texas Renaissance Festival an A. Not quite an A+, but an A. It was fine. I mean, again, you know, I mean, what I like about the Texas Renaissance Festival as a vendor, it's easy to park, it's easy to get in and out. You know, as a vendor, it's, you know, where some other fairs, it's difficult to park, it's difficult to do these things. The only thing I will say, though, this is going to change next year for the vendors, doesn't really affect the patrons. A lot of the vendors aren't going to be able to stay on the grounds anymore. We're allowed like 4 days on the grounds inside the fair, and then outside if you're camping. I don't know. You guys will have to correct me. I don't know if you can stay all week out there in your RV. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know why you couldn't, but I think that just applies to like people that stay in their booths during the week. They usually can only stay like 4 days. And then they have to like get out of the fairgrounds like for 3 days, stuff like that. So yeah, so I think that's changing next year, where they can't stay in their booths at all. So that's going to be kind of a wild change. That's kind of a bummer for folks, because there's people that have like little bedrooms and kitchens and stuff, because they come in from out of state. They got to have somewhere to stay. You got to minimize expenses. And so that might be a little hurtful. We'll see how that goes. They may change that too, like they did the campground stuff. So we'll see what happens. From what I hear, it's more like a city code thing. With the passing of George Cullen, the owner of TRF, and he was the mayor of that town. Now that there's a new mayor, it seems like they're trying to kind of rein in some of the extracurricular stuff around TRF, where George was kind of, you know, that was his thing, so nobody messed with it before. So you can kind of see some of those little bit of changes. But otherwise, guys, I mean, honestly, I would say don't even hesitate. Next year, if you want to go to the Texas Renaissance Festival, go to the Texas Renaissance Festival. It's excellent. You're not going to notice any changes. I mean, the one thing that still drives me nuts, guys, stop congregating in the same areas, okay? This is for another video, and I've said this in other videos before. Stop staying in like the same areas. I don't know what you guys do. There's pockets that you guys stay in. Move, come on out, like check out all the vendors, all the entertainers that are out there. It's like when I walked around the season, I've always known this, but it doesn't ever change. I can go to 3 or 4 areas in that fair, and that's where all the people are at. We'll be standing in our area. There'll be plenty of food cooking, no lines for drinks and beer in other areas all around where I'm at, in different areas. You know, at least for, you know, most points of the day, not all points. It'll get slammed everywhere after a point, but then you'll just walk up, literally maybe 200 yards, and there'll be people just jam-packed in one area, and they're all staying in that area for some reason, and they're waiting in long lines, and they're standing there waiting for their food, and there's long lines, and I'm like looking, going, if you guys just walk 2 minutes over that way, all the same food that you're waiting in line for here, there's no lines. There's a couple of people over there. What are you doing? So, guys, I know that the clan people stick into their little sections. I get it. That's never going to change. That's fine. That's what you want to do. It's fine. I've made other videos on that stuff. You know, the people that are there every weekend, they're going to congregate in their one area, and they don't ever leave it. And that's fine. You do your thing. But for the other people that maybe don't do that and think that when you get there, oh, this is where all the action must be. No, come on out. If you want to get your food faster, if you want to get drinks faster, if you want to buy more unique items, go to those little areas, walk through the little side streets, do all that stuff. So that stuff seemed to be this, like I said, it's the same. There's nothing that's changed. It seems to be the same pattern. So anyway, I know that's not much of a review, and I'm sorry, guys, that it's taken me a little bit to get a new video to you. it's the holiday season, guys, and I just got back, and to be honest with you, I haven't even thought about making a video for anything, but I'm trying to see what I'm going to be coming up with next to do some videos with, and hopefully we'll do some things where I'm not always sitting in this room. But last question for you guys, and I'm going to throw this out at you. Since I have this downtime that I usually have during this time of year, what are some videos about Renaissance fairs, or maybe anything, just throw it out at me, that I could do for you that you're curious about? What would you like to learn about? And if I have the knowledge, or if I know I can get the knowledge for you, I can share that with you. So what are some things that I can do for videos as I'm sitting here on this downtime and I need content for these videos so I can bring you information about Renaissance fairs? What are some things that you guys have questions about? Because either I've done a video on it already and I can refer you to it, or I can make a video discussing those ideas or answering those questions. So if you guys could share that in the comments and let me know what I can do to make some more comments regarding Renaissance fairs, or traveling, or staying, or what to expect, what contracts are like, what the vibe is at different Renaissance fairs, whatever. I mean, just share it with me. Please comment, say, hey, could you make a video about this? I'm interested in this, you haven't covered this. And I'll do it, because I'm always looking to try to find ways for content, and the best way I can get information is from you guys. So, all right, guys, that's really it. I mean, guys, nothing changed at the Texas Renaissance Festival through all you guys' chatter online, all that stuff. Nothing changed, really. I mean, just the little things here and there, excuse me. And then maybe some of the clans happen to move around in the campgrounds. That also changed, so they could have more parking areas to bring in more families. That irritated some folks. I get it. You guys had to move. Oh well, bummer. But the vibe itself, nothing changed. The patterns changed. People still hung out and partied like they normally do. I still was able to do business like I normally do. Everybody else did. No one really discussed, the vendors that I know discussed it feeling so much different. It wasn't different. There was just little tiny things that were different. But even that got course corrected over the season. So, all right, guys, that's it. That's all I have. That's the summary of the 2025 Renaissance Festival. It was an 2025 Texas Renaissance Festival. It was an A in my book. I think it was great. I'm looking forward to 2026, seeing you guys out there. Again, just to remind you guys, I'll be at the Sherwood Forest Fair in Austin coming up at the end of February. And guys, I might be seeing you back, finally, at the Scarborough Renaissance Festival when I'm done with Sherwood. So I might be there for the last 5 weekends of Scarborough in Dallas this season. So I'll be in Texas for about 4 months. It looks like I might be in Scarborough. I don't know. I get the final word next month. We'll find out. Let's see if I'm back in it finally. I applied again to see if I'm back in it. It's the first time I've applied there in 5 years. So we'll see if I can keep the Scarborough vibe going. I'd love to be a part of Scarborough again. Really love that fair, and see what we can do out there, and hopefully see you guys out there too as well. So, all right, guys, that's it for me. Please take a moment to like and subscribe, comment. I always comment back 100% of the time. Tickle that bell for future notifications, and yeah, that's going to be it for me. So, sorry for the weird short video, and I know I haven't made some in a couple weeks, but that's all I got for you right now. Texas Renaissance Festival is concluded. It was a great season, guys. I'm so glad I got to see you out there, and until the next video, Sir Blasphemy, out.